Hello everyone, welcome back to the F1 career mode. As you can see in the background, this is a bit different than what it usually looks like. I decided to sign with McLaren instead of continuing my team. I'll explain why in a later part of the video, but let's head on to qualifying. First time in the McLaren. So the reason why we are not in the My Team car is down to funds and resource points. We even with shutting down those facilities, we weren't able to get enough money at the end of the season together to be able to continue, let alone upgrade facilities and etc. So McLaren stepped up, offered us a contract, and yeah, this is it for this season of Formula 1. Depending on how this goes, we might be able to get some money together and maybe start it up again. But I will say that my team, the Project Race GP car, will return in this career mode. But for now, we're taking a different approach. As I said, McLaren signed us for the season as second driver to Norris. So this is going to be quite exciting to see how this goes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think wait for the end of the season. McLaren has done good on the upgrades, so we're looking good. We've still got quite a ways to go until we catch up to Mercedes, but let's see what happens.
No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal. And it's make or break here at round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. We go racing today around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit, with 15 corners and 2 good passing opportunities into turns 1 and 4. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Perez, Sir Lewis Hamilton and Russell, Fernando Alonso, Ocon, Mick Schumacher and Roberts, Gasly, Norris, Valtteri Bottas and Stroll, Joe, Albon, Kevin Magnussen and Yuki Tsunoda, Vettel and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? So we are here in 2022 at the start of another Formula One World Championship. It all begins here, the start of the next generation of Formula One. With the end of the second turbocharged era, a new dawn begins. New regulations have been brought in to promote better racing, with the 2 big standout changes being the wheel size increase and the aerodynamics on the car itself. But will this result in us having a repeat fight for the driver championship? Will Mercedes retain their constructors' title? We have lots to discuss then with Anthony Davidson, who's joined me in the commentary box for today's event.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Let's hope for some good racing.
So here we are on the grid.
Okay,
I'm really looking forward to
I know
this
what you
race. The
can do.
McLaren
Don't
feels
let me down.
solidly planted in the ground and a lot more stable than the My Team car. I decided not to do a run in Q3 to save a set of softs because you never know what's going to happen in this race. If the Bahrain Grand Prix goes anything like the first one in the My Team car, then we'll definitely have to use a set. But we're going to jump to the 5 lights that have gone out. Pretty slow reaction time and a bunch of wheel spin all the way into 4th and through 5th. And we've lost a few positions down to 14th already, but we're going to send it back down the inside of Norris. Almost make contact with him. In fact, we do make contact with him, but luckily no damage done. We managed to keep the wheels from spinning too much, but we run around the outside of Bottas and then get the cutback on Norris, in which we've now got the slipstream of Gasly in front. So Norris is coming back to attack us. We managed to defend all the way around his outside So overall we've only lost one position, and after how much work we've done with again, I think that's genuinely not too bad. And there's so many overtaking opportunities like we do now as we send it down the inside. We have Gasly and retake our 10th position, and we are now back to the grid order, but Gasly's going to come back down our inside, who goes far around the outside as well. A huge lock up, I'm surprised he didn't go off track there. I'm going to try and stay away from the curbs because we're running super low tyre pressure and I don't want to spin. Gasly again is coming off our inside. We're going to keep it round the outside using the momentum from as far out in the entrance of the corner. And you can see Schumacher's got a bit away a bit, sorry, in these last two corners, so we're going to have to try and close up that gap, but luckily we do manage to get it back down to about 7 tenths, maybe even 6.5. We're still running a bit more downforce than everyone else, so overtaking could become a challenge as we can see Norris behind us. Perhaps looking for a move on Gasly, as Gasly almost sent it off the inside of us, but we cut him off at the apex. It would have been very dangerous if I didn't react to that, but I feel like that was, in a way, a fine move as Norris has been to the pit, so he must have definitely got damaged. But we're going to advance to later in the race into lap 3 as we've been stuck behind Schumacher, but now we send it down his inside at turn 1. That was a massive send. You can see how confident I'm starting to feel in this car. I didn't really want to take up that much curb on the exit, but there was nothing I could do, otherwise we would have had to go too slow, and Schumacher would have definitely got back past us. We managed to stick it around his outside and keep the position from the German. We're going to skip now to lap 10 as we come into our pits, but literally nothing happened throughout the rest of the race. We were trying to keep up with Ocon and Alonso, but that Alpine is stupendously fast in this, and at this track as well. Plus they were getting a tow from the faster cars ahead, but we're going to skip onto the hards now. These should be able to handle the temps at this track a lot better. We've definitely gone for an undercut here. I think the undercut is really powerful against the AI, just in general, but especially at this track. We're going to advance again in just a minute. This opening lap on the hards was extremely difficult to get right because of how long they take to heat up. However, it didn't take long, as you can see we're weaving around the track, but we've certainly made time up on Norris. We're going to skip down to the last lap as there was, well, nothing really to show you. But now our tyre wear, because of the undercut, is really starting to show, which is why we're holding up a few cars now as Gasly's going to go to our inside. We're going to squeeze him as far to the right of the track as we can, jump all the way back to the left and try and stick it around his outside, but I'm also trying to make sure that we don't spin up the tyres too much, because our rears, they could be in the realms of a puncture by the end of this lap, and that would ruin our race, as Max Verstappen is the race winner to round 1 of this season, so congratulations to him, although expected, to be fair, after how quick that Red Bull is. We're barely making it on fuel as well, so hopefully we don't run out of fuel. You can see I'm taking each corner super collectively and calm to try and save as much fuel as we can. And we are in 8th, so we have made up 2 positions. We are going to get points on our debut as long as we can make it to the end for a start and not get a puncture, so that would be good. We managed to keep it around the outside of Gasly, who gets a horrible exit, and it looks like for now, unless we mess up at this corner here or the last corner, we're going to be fine, but we managed to get through safely. We're going to use all of our ARS down this last straight before the finish line to try and get as far ahead at the exit as we can. A good apex on the corner, we're going to get on the power as quickly as we can, get a bit of wheelspin on the exit, but we are going to come home to get 8th on our debut.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
A fantastic team effort then to secure victory here in the desert. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently. It's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be proud of the victory they've secured here.
what an exciting race that was, at least from my perspective it was. We've now got 1,900 resource points to spend and 400 for an ERS sport that we had during the race, although it was for about a lap, so it's good that we get some resource points for that. We're going to do this event, we're accepting it. It's going to ask us a few questions about what tracks we prefer. I definitely prefer street circuits than anything else, but then in fact it's actually in the order already. Street circuits, fast circuits, historic circuits is my personal preference. It was a dream, but nothing before that. I still pinch myself every race weekend, definitely. I mean, I think
The
that
department wants me to pass on their thanks for helping out.
coming into the sport with our own team was quite a risk as it was. To even be in any car out of the 20 best drivers on the planet is pretty mental. But I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed this video. I hope it was a good curveball, and I hope you didn't see it coming. I tried to do something different than everyone else, and I hope it makes some good content. Sorry about the long uploads, like gap, but I'm trying to work on it. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.